Episode 4, baby! A month of running this thing and steady progress on our early game. We're learning how mining works today, and it's definitely a little different in Greg Tech. Enjoy the episode. Alright, we are back into another episode. I think this one's the fourth one at this point, so, we're making pretty good progress. And this area is so well lit. This is awesome. But we probably should sleep so stuff doesn't, just show up, So what we need to do is we need to start looking at what we're going to be doing about metal and working with metal. So with your newly acquired fuel source, you are now ready to process more. We already read all of that. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. You are now ready to process more advanced materials than stone or clay, iron or copper. For example, just in case you don't know, they spawn in rather large veins. Use the following quest to locate the most important veins. Okay, holy, that expanded really quickly. Okay, so I actually thought that this section of the quest book was almost over. It kind of looks like we're just unlocking a whole new branch and doing an entire new thing. So, how the heck do I find ores? That's an amazing question. Greg Tech ore generation is based on veins. Veins have a fixed height and a rectangular base. There is a vein every 3 chunks in X and Z direction. The veins typically extend into the neighboring chunks and have varying forms. The center point, however, is very regular. It is based on the chunk number. Look at upper left of the screen to find the chunk number. This info is displayed by in-game info, blah blah blah. For now, you need to see chunk info like chunk X 3 Z minus 2. The 3 minus 2 is the chunk's address. The ore centers, I just didn't put a space there. The ore centers are located at chunk numbers of the form 3n plus 1 for both X and Z. So 4, 7 is an ore center, as well as 10, 16, minus 23, 19, and so on. If you are in the right spot, in-game info will say that this is an ore chunk. Another useful tool is the NEI ore vein overlay, which you activate by pressing F9 3 times. It shows the 3x3 areas and marks the center blue. The generation of ore chunks is not related to biomes. For reading all the way, here's some iron. Yo, I got some iron just for reading all that stuff that I didn't understand at all. Herb butter parsnips. See, I'm trying to figure out about mining and getting excited about going to get to metal and doing all that kind of stuff, and then I also see something like herb butter parsnips, and I'm just like, holy shit, there's parsnips and you can butter them? I'm just excited by everything in this pack, to be honest. Upgrade 2.0. Find iron, copper, and tin ore. Very funny. How can you mine these with just a flint pickaxe? I have an idea. Bring me some of the stone you mine with your flint pickaxe, and I will give you a better tool head in exchange. Remember to level it up again, either with monster heads or by mining. Okay, so if we get a couple stacks of cobblestone, we can get an iron pick head. That's actually kind of huge. Oh, and then we'll have the option of getting one of these other heads. Okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm not sure I entirely understood everything that it was saying about ore centers and everything, but what it did say is F9, if we click it, that shows the corners of chunks. That's going to show just the chunk borders entirely. And that should show the blue, centers. Okay, so it kind of looks like the center is, in a 3x3 chunk area. Is that right? So, this should be 16 blocks. That's going to be a chunk. And then it looks like there's a 3x3 chunk area, and then right in the center of that is, the ore vein center, which is where we could potentially find an ore vein. Maybe. So now we just gotta find a good one to mine to. And we're probably gonna want to take some stairs with us so we don't use up a crazy amount of food. Oh, also updating was absolutely massive, absolutely fucking brain rot. Cause look at, we got little item overlays over here and stuff. That's really cool. I swear to God, brain rot has me so bad. Yo, I really gotta know why there's squids just always spazzing out in the corner of my eye. Y'all can see them too, right? Wow, our pickaxe is draining fast. We're gonna need to make a few more. Ooh, is that coal? Small vanadium magnetite ore. Okay. So, not coal, I take it. What the heck is this? It is really dark in here. I think that maybe that means that I should come back up here and make some torches. And that's the perfect amount to make 12 torches, which we can hold somewhere in here. Wait, does this have... This doesn't have, like, dynamic lighting, does it? Does this have dynamic lighting? Oh my god, it has dynamic light. Is this like a sodium thing? That's kind of cool. Okay, which side are we putting these on? I guess I'm gonna go right side this playthrough. What is that? Small gold ore. Okay. Neat. Oh, here we go. Here's a chunk border. Or not the chunk border, the chunk center. Let's do like a 3x3 spiral around it. Right? So like if I do... Oh, there's more of that magnetite. Wait, this is magnetite. And this one is vanadium magnetite. I don't know what the difference is. There's so much crazy stuff going on in this mod pack. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. Digging a hole. You may find magnetite. You found a gold vein. What do you mean? What do you mean I found a gold vein? Wait, okay, so J. Wait, do J. We got show grid, show pets, show animals, mobs, GT ore veins. So there's... Okay, so there's gold right here. Okay. I'm not really sure what to do with that information. Do we want to just like pick a new area to mine then? Because like this is gold and I'm not sure gold's really useful to us at the moment. Hey, voiceover here. So I recorded like 4 hours of gameplay footage and a lot happened, including me not realizing magnetite is a form of iron. I actually went around for a long time and found multiple gold veins and a salt vein without getting any iron because I didn't realize. We also found some kind of desert temple dungeon thing that we will definitely be checking out another day. Anyway, we went home, made an iron pick with quest rewards, and actually started mining. We needed over 70 for the main quest, and this cave we found had plenty. Voiceover out. Abyssal stone. Okay, I'm gonna head back now, probably. And it's going to take a decent amount of hunger because I got to hop all the way back up. I shouldn't have... I need... Oh! What the heck was that? I didn't even get a chance to like look at what type of creeper it was. It just spawned in here. Grab me a chest. Can't put it down there. So we'll put all of this in here. All of our mining stuff. So if I look at this, this should be enough, I think. Not sure why we still even got this in here. Oh my gosh, it's working. We can smelt down the raw magnetite directly into iron ingots. That's huge. Alrighty, here we go. Acquire hardware, smelt an iron ingot. Not really better than iron. You just made a useless ingot. What do you mean of it? What do you mean I made a useless ingot? What the fuck? I just smelted a whole fucking stack of these macaroonies. And I can't actually smelt the raw vanadium magnetite. It looks like that's actually gotta be like a full processed thing. Which actually means we need to go out and mine more. What is that? Lapis. Yo, we got lapis. Okay. That's crazy. What is that? Emeralds. Okay, nice. Whoa, you could place multiple torches in the same block? What the fuck? That's kind of awesome, actually. Alright, there we go. We got it. Oh my god. It expanded again. That's a lot. Important tools. In order to craft even basic machines, you'll need new tools. Most of them can be replaced by machines later. For now, you should become familiar with each of their recipes, as you'll need a lot of these tools starting today. Okay, so we're going to make a hammer, a wrench, a file, a screwdriver, and a saw. So let's go about looking at how we're going to make all this. The hammer, I'm sure I can just use iron, so I'm just going to grab a stick and throw some iron on there. Throw it on that, and we got a hammer. Okay, so the next one's going to be the wrench. The wrench is going to be iron arranged like a wrench pattern, but then you have to have the hammer there, which I assume is going to use up some of its durability. That's fine, though. Okay, so we got a wrench. And then we need a file, which is going to be cubic zirconia. So like fake diamonds? Cubic zirconium. Okay, so... Okay, any of this is just going to be a couple of ingots and the hammer. So if I take... that, I can make an iron plate, make 2 iron plates, do this, make a file. Okay. The screwdriver is going to be an arrangement of sticks, and then a file and a hammer. So let's make sticks. I think what it was basically saying was that I was going to need to have the file and make a couple iron rods with the file, and then put the iron rods down like that along with a stick, and then also have the file and the hammer to make the screwdriver. Okay. I get that. I get it. And then the saw is just going to be a saw blade along with a stick, and the saw blade is going to be, I'm assuming, like the file with some of whatever materials. So we're going to go like that, do the file, wait. Oh, wait. For these other metal ones, you need a couple of plates plus the file and the hammer. Okay, so if I do that, do the hammer, get a couple of plates, do it like that, hammer and the file, then that should make a saw blade? That should make a saw blade. Alright, so that, along with this stick, makes the saw. That's not too bad, to be honest. Circle shapes give me comfort. To build a windmill, you will need a dispenser, but that item is locked behind the next tier. Go and find one in a witchery circle. They look like small versions of Stonehenge. Wait, oh wait, no, we found one. Look for the main quest in multi-block goals. We could actually go do that, actually. If we wanted to. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll do this leather thing because it seems neat. We're gonna need a stick. Do that number, cut it in half with the saw, and then use the file, not the screwdriver, the file to make a wood screw. Okay, so if we do this, as well as this, and I can't remember what tool we needed to bring it all together. The screwdriver, of course, because it's screws. Got the drying rack. Beautiful. So the drying rack, can it just be put right there? That's kind of cool. All right, so let's look at the actual process for drying out some leather. Tanned leather is bound leather after sitting on a drying rack. Bound leather is made out of leather with string and this woven cloth. I think we needed 4 of the cloth, actually. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we do this, we'll be able to make 3 of the tanned leather. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, it is super freaking dark. It is super freaking dark. Okay, Jesus. I get the torches are very effective. Okay, we're safe. I didn't mess it up too bad. Okay, so yeah, that's not actually going to take that long to dry. Let's make a couple more drying racks. This, got 3 more. I'll probably pick that up. That doesn't look too bad. Ooh, you know what? While we're waiting for the other thing to do, we might just go ahead and make the Tinker's bow, right? Y'all remember that? I couldn't make the bow because I didn't have the bone, but now I do have the bone, so I think we can make it, maybe put it here. 12 flint arrows. That's kind of crazy. That's a lot to get from like one thing. Oh my gosh. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, actually. Okay, so and yeah, there we go. That's our first bow. That's awesome. And then as for finishing the other quest line, we can get our tanned leather. We can get 2 woven cotton, 2 iron, or the loot bag. Kind of feeling like the iron, but the loot bag, I don't know. Iron's not that hard to get, so might as well just like take a gamble and see if we get anything neat, right? Quicker way to get around. Are you ready for a longer trip with your new lunchbox, saddle, lead, and of course horse? You can start a small journey. Wait, you can get just a horse spawn egg as a reward for this shit? Yo. Okay, hold on. Pig iron, iron ring. That's gonna be just iron rod plus those 2. So some string, carpet, which is just a couple of wool. We got some leather and the tan. We can literally just make a saddle, a lead, and a fence. You know, before I end, I'm gonna do that actually. Alright, so we got a saddle. We're gonna need a lead, which is gonna be a slime ball. Surrounded by string. Hey, didn't I tell you that slime ball was going to be useful? Didn't I tell you that it was going to be useful? That happened all the way back in episode 1, I think. I was just like, this is going to be useful later. I'm going to need it and not want to go kill slimes. And here I am, not wanting to go kill slimes. We can gamble with it. Yo, we got glass panes! And cashew butter. Not sure what the cashew butter is about, but glass panes. We can add some windows. We can like upgrade the house and make some windows and shit. That's kind of cool. So I'm a little nervous to spawn the horse in because I have not like a great track record with keeping things alive. But I think I'm gonna try it anyway. We're gonna keep him probably right over here. This seems like a fine area to keep a horse. Just attach him to this tree, maybe? Hey there, buddy. Don't you go anywhere. You're staying right here. I think I'm gonna name you Chestnut. Ah, shut the fuck up, Chestnut. You want a horse? I mean, an apple? You are a horse, do you want an apple? Don't you be walking off your leash. Come on. Come on. You love me. I don't know if this is a good breed of horse or not, honestly. Okay, can you stop trying to like climb over the wall? Cause like it's there for a reason. All right, well, I think honestly that's gonna be the end of the episode. For now, at least. Well, I mean, that's the end of the episode. We got Chestnut. We did a few quests. We went mining. We got into some metals and stuff. We kind of learned how they worked. We made the tools. We can do things like making doors, screws, all that kind of business now. So I feel like we made some decent progress. I do need help though, because I kind of don't know what I'm supposed to do from here. There's not like a main quest to follow as far as I can see. Unless this is a main quest. Is this a main quest? With needing to make the gloves. I think that's what we'll try next time. I'll try making the gloves. And, oh yeah, and doing tin and copper with bronze. I think that's what this is. These little spiky ones are like some of the main quests. Or they're like important in some way. So I guess I'll try trying to find copper and tin, making bronze, and doing the Don't Burn Your Fingers quest, and we'll see kind of where that goes and if it helps us continue doing everything, right? So we'll probably do a little bit more mining and stuff. I'll try to maybe switch it up and have something interesting happen that's a little bit different next episode if I can. But yeah, I mean, we made decent progress. We've got some decent resources going on. We got a new companion. We can gamble again. Holy crap. Mushroom stew is great, but also iron chest. Hello? Oh my god, that's huge. That's so much space. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously we are doing well. We're doing fine. We might have an episode next time or soon where I just decide to like overhaul the base and make it significantly better. Maybe dig into the side of the mountain, make some different rooms, maybe make it a little homier. I don't know. I've got some different ideas about kind of where we can go in the future with all this, but I gotta end it for now, edit it, and we'll get another one out next week. Episode 4 done, and with it the first month of our little YouTube channel. I'd like to thank y'all as well for watching and providing helpful commentary in the comments section. It was pointed out to me in the last episode, for instance, that I was playing an old version of the game, and I've since updated it. Also, tell me if you want to see other games on this channel. A small indie horror game recently got an update, and I'm thinking of making a video on playing it, so tell me your thoughts. And as always, see you next week.